Oh, yeah. We've got that Friday feeling. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to your stream. And don't you worry. I'm on my way. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. Excited to be here. I think it's going to be a really good stream. We've got a lot of little bits of news to talk about today. Batman Beyond animated movie that we almost had that maybe we'll still get. A bunch of updates in Spider-Man land, including rumors about Across the Spider-Verse, a Spider-Woman, Madam Web stuff. All kinds of stuff to get into. There's even some bits about Wolverine, multiple Wolverines being in Deadpool 3. I, of course, want to talk a little bit about why the Mandalorian is so much better than Andor. So we're going to get into that. And we'll do some gambling. We'll save some time for some call-ins as well. I think it's going to be a really good show. I'm pulling into the... Wait, what the fuck? I'll pull it into the tower, like I said. I'll see you in a second. Now you're just trolling, Chet. What the? What the hell is that? What the hell is even that? All right, so it's going to be one of those kind of days, I guess. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. You guys excited that it's Friday? Are you guys excited that it's mother flippin' Friday? Let me know. And Chet, why don't you do something right for once and initiate the gambling? Cool. Good job, buddy. Awesome. Good talk. You guys excited? Throw one into the chat if you're excited that it's Friday, man. Why does James Gunn hate my Superman? Oh, I don't know, bro. James Gunn recently came out and said something like, I've never lied to the fans and I never will. It's like he's straight up... This dude is like lying right to people's faces and trying to pretend like he doesn't lie to people. It's crazy. Absolute insanity. Did I see the Jack Black tease? Hell yeah, dude. Jack Black, your new Superman. Let's get it. We shout out talk about Andor. No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it a little bit. What did he lie about? Everything. Everything he ever said he lied about. Pretty Nikki, welcome back. Good to have you back in the tower. Okay, so just a couple of things that I want to go over for today. Nothing too crazy going on. We will have a Prime stream today at 2 p.m. And I'm excited to get into that. It was a good week for us, but there was also some really rough and unfortunate things that kind of happened behind the scenes. And so at 2, I'll talk to you guys about that. And I'll talk about like making bad decisions and how like a few bad decisions can just like roll into other bad decisions and all kinds of stuff like that. So it is what it is, but we'll be talking about that at 2 p.m. We are not going to be doing a Saturday morning cartoon stream. We'll save that for next weekend. I have family coming in tomorrow. A lot of family been coming in lately. Everybody wants to see Liam, man. I've never had family visit as much as what I have now because of Liam. They're not here to see me. You know what I mean? Like, they're not here. They don't care. They don't care about me. They only care about Liam, dude. Everybody always coming in to see him. But it is what it is, and I'll be happy to see family. So, got some stuff going on tomorrow, so no cartoons. We'll do that next weekend, and I think it's going to be really fun, man. The last one we had, which was last weekend, was incredible. We got into some really cool details from a lot of these Marvel animated shows and just kind of speculated about like what it all means, right? Like we're getting into some crazy cosmic stuff in the MCU with Eternity and the Silver Surfer and Galactus, the Fantastic Four, a lot of stuff like that. So it's interesting to go look at what Marvel Entertainment has done in the past with these concepts and these characters. So pretty cool stuff. I'm excited about it. You know what else I'm going to say too? I'm going to throw this out there. We're going to do the $200 GameStop gift card giveaway on Monday, and we're actually going to give 2 of them away. So if you're a member, or if you're not a member, now would be a great time to become a member because we're going to give 2 of those away on Monday because the dude from last month never claimed his, and we have to give another one away. So we'll do that on Monday. I didn't fit it into my streaming schedule for today, so we're not going to do it today, but we'll do it on Monday. Should be really, really chill. What if the same person wins both of them? Wouldn't that be nuts? If like the same person won 2 of the $400 worth of GameStop gift cards, what do you even get with that? I mean, I guess you could get like a whole gaming system and some controllers and some crazy stuff like that. I don't know. That could be pretty fun. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, before we get into any of the news topics, and we do have some really cool news topics to get into, let's just talk a little bit about Andor and the Mandalorian a little bit. Oh yeah, we have the Harry Potter glasses on today. Dude, my other pair of glasses broke. And I think it was Liam that broke them. Because like he always grabs my glasses like off my face. And I think he broke the other pair. So I got to get a new pair of frames for sure. Hey, Paul, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers, baby. When I won, I had to get eShop points because USA GameStop couldn't ship to Canada. What? Really? Did it still, like, work out? Were you still able to get stuff with that? Such a dad thing to do. I mean, it's true, though, dude. Like, they love grabbing that up. Hey, Lee, welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. I am looking a little like Harry Potter, huh? Expelliarmus, mother truckers. And Proxy gifted one. Yo, what if the guy who got the one that Proxy gifted? What if the person that oh, dude, Haunted Autumn, huh? What if Haunted Autumn wins both gift cards on Monday? Wouldn't that be nuts? Okay, let's talk a little bit about Andor and the Mandalorian. So obviously, I was not a fan of Andor. I'm a huge fan of The Mandalorian. I felt like the first episode was really strong. It brought us back into the world, kind of reminded me of everything I love about the show. And I think most of us are pretty positive on The Mandalorian, okay? And look, here's the deal. During the run of Andor, obviously, like, you know, I had my issues with it. I talked about it publicly. I, stopped covering it. To me, it's not only a show that I don't like, but I have a strong feeling towards it and Star Wars. Like, I'm like, no, this is not what Star Wars is. This is not what Star Wars should be. And I feel like that. Which, by the way, just in case everybody was wondering and checking score and trying to figure it out, I totally have the fucking right to feel that way. That's my opinion as a fan. Okay? And if you don't feel that way, that's totally cool, man. You're free to talk about how much you love Andor, get hyped about Andor, do whatever the fuck you want to do with regards to Andor. But I being a person that has, like, you know, what do you want to call it? A platform or whatever, I feel an obligation, a duty, if you will, to vocalize my strong feelings about Andor, because I at least represent one Star Wars fan's opinion on the matter, and the fact that, like real talk, like, I don't know how else to say it, like, that shit ain't Star Wars to me. Like, that shit ain't Star Wars to me. And I understand that people like it, and there are aspects of it that I can appreciate, but it's like a hard full stop, no thank you from me. And so I think that, you know, when Andor was coming out and the people that, you know, were really excited about it, that wanted to, like, vocalize their support and talk about it and get hyped up about it, totally cool. Do you. Like, that's fine. But now that The Mandalorian is on and The Mandalorian is back, I feel like now it's my turn to get really excited about the show that I like, what I want out of Star Wars, and to vocalize that Andor ain't it, and that The Mandalorian is. And, you know, so we've been making a little bit of waves out there on the social medias, a little bit on Twitter here and there. And there are just a lot of people that are, like, you know, butthurt by that. And I truly think that there's nothing wrong with the feelings that I have, the expressing my opinion the way that I am. And, like, would you not, given the same opportunity, would you not, like, use your platform to try to signal and express what you want for a brand that you love? And you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so crazy or abhorrent for me to, like, literally come out? It's not like I'm saying, like, yo, fuck Star Wars. No. What I'm saying is, like, this should be what Star Wars is, not that. And I feel strongly about it. You know what I mean? Like, strongly about it. Like, it's not cap. Like, I'm not, like, making it up. I'm not trying to stir the pot for clicks or whatever. Like, that's my real ass take, is, like, that shit is so far removed from what I think Star Wars is, and The Mandalorian is not. You know what I mean? So, like, on the one hand, it's like whatever, I think, because, I mean, honestly, like, nobody fucking watched Andor. So the reality of the situation is, you'll get your season 2, which they're probably going to drastically change. They're signaling all kinds of changes, you know, people behind the scenes. They're going to try to amp it up, make it a little more fan servicey, and they'll release it. And then they'll probably never make anything like Andor ever again, because it is a gigantic waste of money that, again, nobody watched. Nobody watched. Oh, some people watched. I'm being a little hyperbolic with that statement. Of course, some people watched it, but it, like, wildly underperformed compared to every single other Star Wars show, maybe minus the animated stuff. I think Tony Gilroy himself came out and said, we're chasing the audience, I believe is the word he used. He thought maybe that he would have a hit with the audience, and then critically he would be trying to convince them of what it was. But much the opposite happened. Critically, people really liked the show, but they're chasing the audience. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I just wanted to touch on it because I know that it's making some waves on social, and I know everybody's got their opinion. And, like, my personal thing is, like, I'm going to throw it out there, and I'll occasionally, like, reply on Twitter here and there. But I'm not going to, like, try to get into a full-ass argument or try to explain my case on Twitter. I'll do that on my streams or in a video, you know? And, so, yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch on that because, yeah, it's a thing. And people have opinions on it. By the way, when it comes to The Mandalorian Season 3, there's a, well, look, here's what it is. The press got to see 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. Brandon B., welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Welcome back. And it was only a matter of time before somebody leaked everything that was in Episode 2. Okay, so that's out there now, and Episode 2 has been leaked, and everybody's talking about it. Well, I guess not everybody, but the leaking community's talking about it. And I'm not going to go full into it, you know, because I know a lot of people like just want the surprise and everything like that, and I totally understand it. But I'm kind of playing around with maybe doing a video where I talk about one specific thing that happens in the episode that's also, like, in my opinion, heavily foreshadowing something that, like, I just don't know about. And there were some other really weird comments made by some people on social media where they were like, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but they were talking about how they know how the season ends. And they were like, some of you guys will love it, and some of you will start a holy war over it. So there's that. And in a totally unrelated, not connected at all story, I've also put up a poll on my tweeters. See if I can pull it up here. And I think you guys should go vote on this poll because I'm really curious as to what the results of this poll will be. And let me pull it up here. Random question. Would you be okay with Bo-Katan getting the Darksaber back and leading the Mandalorians instead of Din? And there's over 1,000 votes already in an hour. And I'm shocked that so many people, at least out the gate, are supportive of this concept and idea. Kind of wild, dude. What do you guys think? It is not. This has nothing to do with episode 2, by the way. And for the record, I've been talking about this as a possibility for like 6+ months. Bo is a baddie. I don't mind. F no. I don't know about this, Chief. She had it before, so why not do it the right way? Sure. Doesn't bother me at all. Why is it shocking? She's more experienced and has fought more formidable opponents. So I guess the reason it would be shocking to me has less to do with Bo as a character and more to do with the concept of The Mandalorian as a show. What I'm having trouble wrapping my head around is how Din could continue his story, play a role in unifying Mandalore, and yet not be the actual one to sort of be sitting on the throne or holding the Darksaber or having them all follow him. That's like, for me, that's kind of like where it gets a little bit confusing. I'm like, okay, well then, so then what does he do? Does he then just like help Bo? And then that's the whole story from here? Or does he go off and do his own thing? Because I could see him going off to do his own thing. But does that not seem counterintuitive to everything we've seen so far? It seems like he's heading in a direction of like reluctant hero bringing everybody together. How does then that guy just go do his own thing? Especially if the Mandalorians themselves have something crazy going on where they're all unified. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, for real, I don't have an issue with her regaining the Darksaber and leading Mandalore. What I have an issue with is the way that the narrative of The Mandalorian as the show has ebbed and flowed. And it's like, is this, I don't know, does it not feel as though this might be a bait and switch of sorts? You know? Can't talk about, yeah, we'll talk more about it later on, I guess. But it's, no, not really, Russell? Okay. Look, maybe the entire Star Wars fan base will just be cool with this if it happens, and it'll be fine. But as I think about it, I'm like, nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like it is a bait and switch. I feel like by having him get the Darksaber, win it from Moff Gideon in combat, learn more about the history of Mandalore, the significance of it, and then if it were to just go back to Bo, which, by the way, Bo's not a good... I mean, she's a good character, but she's not a good person. She's kind of like a space Karen, like, betrayed Mandalore before. Like, you know, not really that good of a person. You know? So it's, like, weird. Like, it's wild, dude. Yeah. I mean, she kind of sucks, dude. Like, Bo-Katan kind of sucks. Like, if you really go back and watch Clone Wars, she's kind of the worst. You know? It's gonna be so interesting, man. I'm in to see how it all goes down and see how the fans react. Let's get it, dude. Yeah, but she's hot now. That's true. She is hot. The wig looks great too. She looks pretty good. Obi-Wan had bad taste. What about the Sabine of it all? Well, Sabine doesn't want to rule. Isn't Sabine the one that hands it to Bo? I'd give her my saber. Hey, whoa! Hold on there, Chris. It's a family show. Holy shit. But big same. Okay, anyway. Let's get into the next topic, man. I wanted to start by talking about this. It's pretty crazy. This was coming from, I believe, Jeff Snyder. Let me get this pulled up here. Did y'all hear about this? Batman Beyond, the animated film that we almost got. Let's check this out. A new Batman Beyond animated movie rumored to have been in the works. Whew. Spicy. The DC Universe has been undergoing a lot of changes in recent years, with James Gunn and Peter Safran now taking over the helm of DC Studios. Last month, the duo unveiled 10 projects that will be a part of the new DCU slate, in addition to standalone Elseworld projects like The Batman Part 2 and Joker, whatever. There have been a lot of speculation about what other stories still have to come. A new rumor sheds light on one past possibility. According to Jeff Snyder's The Hot Mic podcast, an animated Batman Beyond movie was put into development during Walter Hamada's time leading DC, lining up with rumors in 2019 suggesting as much. That's pretty crazy. Which would have been DC's answer to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It is unclear at this point if that project is or is not still in active development under Gunn and Safran's tenure. So this is what he said here. The following project was commissioned by Walter Hamada, which is really interesting. I know DC fans don't have a lot of love for Walter Hamada, especially Snyder fans. But he said it was commissioned by Walter Hamada. It was, as far as I know, never reported. As of this minute, the project is in development at DC now. What? These guys could get called in next week or whatever. This is the project that I've heard has never been reported, and there are multiple drafts of it. Daniel Casey, the writer of Fast 9, wrote a Batman Beyond movie, but the catch wasn't that it was live action, because that was what Christina Hodson was working on. It was an animated Batman Beyond. It to be DC's answer to Into the Spider-Verse. That's pretty freaking wild to me. Batman Beyond as an answer to Into the Spider-Verse. So I wonder if this would have been anything like multiverse related, right? Because that's kind of implied by being the answer to Across the Spider-Verse. And we've often joked about just how many different Batman they're throwing into like the Flash and stuff like that. And it seemed like there was a time when every single time Walter Hamada or DC got into any kind of controversy, they would just throw another Batman at us. Having said that, though, I mean, this character is awesome, dude. And I would love for this to still happen, you know? And there's all these, like, crazy... I don't even know, like, if you can consider them rumors at this point, but, like, when The Rock announced that he was no longer going to be Black Adam, at least for the first chapter of DCU, remember he said, like, there's talks of him being a part of the multiverse moving forward. And I think that there's like this secret, not so secret backup plan for James Gunn and Peter, that if the first chapter of their stuff doesn't work, they could just flip in a multiverse land and bring in a bunch of nostalgia and other characters like that. And what a cool way to do something like that, but with this character, Batman Beyond. I mean, dude, like, especially considering what you can do with animation nowadays and like modern animation, I think Into the Spider-Verse really showed what you can accomplish with like modern sensibilities, all this history of storytelling, and like, I guess just more of an appreciation for animation in the West. We talk about this all the time, but in the East, like, animation is considered on par, if not superior, to live action. But in the West, that is something that has not really fully caught on. But damn, would it be cool, man. Terry? I mean, I don't think, in chat, like, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, Batman Beyond with Arcane style animation, I mean, it's not even necessarily the animation of Arcane, but the depth of the characters and the seriousness of the tone of Arcane. Something like that would be really, really good. Although I could see it work within that stylized animation as well. The thing about Batman, though, I think Batman as a character works very well in like hand-drawn animation or like more traditional animation because of like the fluidity of the movements and the fighting, some of the ways he can like disappear and use like the ninja type stuff. Like certain characters, I think, really benefit from that kind of animation. And I think Batman is one of those characters. So here's a question for you guys. Was there any multiversal stuff in the Batman Beyond show? I don't really remember anything like that in there. There's like a little bit of time travel, I think. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't... They never like did any like crisis type stuff, right? It's so interesting too because like in a lot of ways Batman Beyond and Terry is something very similar to Spider-Man 2099 and Miguel, who we're about to meet in Across the Spider-Verse, and we've got some Across the Spider-Verse stories that we're going to get into as well. But like he's kind of similar where it's a future version of a insanely popular character that sort of leans into more of the science fiction cyberpunk technology type stuff. Like Batman Beyond is kind of like an Iron Man Batman. And like, ooh, I like that, dude. I like that. So he could be a uniquely interesting character to jump through the multiverse with. Could be fun. In the comics they do, but not really in the show. So yeah, has Terry ever been a part of any of the Crisis or any of the multiversal stories in the comics? I don't really recall anything like that. Was he a part of any of the Joshua Williams stuff, the new stuff? Future's End? Huh. Cool character. Would be really, really fun. Hopefully they don't just kill it, man. Because, like, according to Jeff, it's still in there. Mark Hamill Joker as the villain. Well, he makes an appearance in the show, I do believe. Mark Hamill's Joker's in some of Batman Beyond, which is pretty wild. Static Shock went to the future and met Terry and found out that Static eventually leads the JLA. Yeah, that's kind of awesome, dude. That's kind of freaking sick. He is the Batman Beyond movie Return of the Joker. Right. Yeah. That's cool stuff, man. I'd very much enjoy this over the James Gunn animated stuff. Yeah, that's a fair point. This feels a little bit more up like my alley. Pause. I would love this. I mean, whatever. Creature Commandos, bro. Like, I don't know, dude. Creature Commandos in like a James Gunn kind of style. I just, that's not a big draw for me personally. I know that Gunn has his fans and people like his, comedy type stuff. So I'm sure it'll find an audience. But yeah, this to me would have been way more like what I was looking for DC. So I guess they'd have to Elseworld this, but he's Elseworlding Joker. He's Elseworlding Matt Reeves stuff. So why not Elseworld this and get this out there, That'd be sick. There was time travel that led to alternate versions literally popping into the main timeline. Phil Lamar just posted a clip of the up on the gram. Wow. Okay. So maybe it's making a little... Yeah, probably not coincidence. So maybe this story is kind of making the rounds. And again, sometimes, guys, this happens where they want to leak stuff to try to get fan traction to then show the studio, hey, there's an audience for this. I mean, the most famous example of this is Deadpool. Deadpool was in development hell, and then, I mean, we still don't know to this day, but it kind of seems like, Stormy, I don't think so. We'll talk about that in a second. To this day, it seems like it was Ryan Reynolds himself that leaked it, and leaked that one scene, and everybody got really excited about it, and then they kind of further greenlit the film. So maybe what's happening here is like some people reaching out to Jeff, or maybe even reaching out to others and being like, yo, Batman Beyond, it's still technically in development, and a good time to leak it as well, because, as I said, we're going to go over some Across the Spider-Verse news. And a parallel to that, I mean, that's a great log line, right? DC's answer to Into the Spider-Verse, Batman Beyond. Like, that kind of plays. It's interesting. I'd like it. Josh, you can now admit that you leaked it. No. I will never admit this. I will never admit this. Not to you. Where's the Into the Spider-Verse deal here? Let me see here. Across the Spider-Verse. Where's this freaking thing here? Across the Spider-Verse. I thought I had this pulled up. I had everything pulled up, and then I think the Reddit page that I had it on, I just went and looked at some Warhammer stuff on and kind of screwed it up, but we'll find it real quick alike here. Here it is. Boom shakalaka. I'm the #1 Chief Raka. Here we go. There's actually a lot going on in Spider-Man land. But I wanted to start here. It kind of ties into another big rumor out there, which we have a video about that should come out today. Might come out tomorrow, but I think it'll come out today. All about this new crazy rumor of like Doctor Strange versus Kang being like really integral to the multiverse and what Marvel wants to do. And then I know there's a little bit of scooper drama, which, by the way, I have the full ass tea on the scooper drama, but I don't really want to say it here. I'll talk about it on the Prime stream. Because it's hilarious and ridiculous, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, this is very interesting, coming from Daniel, who's very good. And he says, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse will directly reference the events of No Way Home. According to Daniel, the characters will reference that something bad happened to the multiverse due to a certain event and the mess that Doctor Strange and the nerdy kid caused. Whoa, wah, wah, wee, wah. Fascinating stuff, okay? Fascinating stuff. Now, Jeff Snyder actually said, I think about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, that one of the reasons that Across the Spider-Verse was delayed was so that they could get Tom Holland into the film. big time rumors out there from a lot of different people. I believe Ember has said this. I believe Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus has said this. They've all said that they heard that Tom Holland Spider-Man will be in Across the Spider-Verse. In fact, I heard that it might even be the case that Tom Holland's in the movie in live action, and they might do one of those crazy Roger Rabbit kind of crazy things where he's like in there like that. That would be bananas. But regardless of all of that, whether or not Tom is actually in the film or not, because it seems to be contentious, like some people are saying, oh, he is. Some people are saying, no, he's not in it. It's dope that they're going to reference what happened with Doctor Strange and Peter Parker. And one of the reasons this is so interesting, and I did a big theory on this in a video recently, is the fact that there's seemingly a big connection between what's going on in the Marvel multiverse and what's going on with the different Spider-Men across the multiverse. I think this has to do with the web of life and destiny, the spider totems as a concept, and why Peter Parker is so particularly adept at combating what Kang the Conqueror might throw at the different Avengers and at these different folks, okay? And I've always thought, and we've been talking about this for probably like years and years and years. Wait, what? Wait, we don't have, where's the likes on this video? Oh, we got 200. We got 200 on here. But still, where are the likes on this video? You know what it is? I forgot to do the thing in the chat where I said, did you smash like? And as weird as it seems, that poll actually does get us a lot of likes. So here, let's get it up. Did you smash like? Smash the gosh dang like button on the stream. Holy shit. Okay. So again, main point here, and something that could be really, really interesting, is if Marvel and Sony have somewhat planned out how what Sony wants to do with the Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse will also line up with the multiverse, Kang, and Secret Wars. One of my predictions here is that it's possible that one of the reasons that not only you'll get Spider-Man as like a lead in the Kang Dynasty, but also the reason why they will recruit 3 Spider-Men for the multiversal Avengers, like Andrew, Toby, and Tom, besides the fact that they're just awesome together and it's going to make the movie like $1 billion. One of the story reasons could be the fact that Kang can't fully predict Spider-Man, or Spider-Man might be able to predict what Kang is doing. And there's also this outside chance that like the totems and the web of life and destiny and Madam Web and watching over the entirety of the multiverse is significant to what happens to the Marvel multiverse when we get to Secret Wars. Now, this would take a damn near unprecedented level of coordination. Okay? But this could also explain why Across the Spider-Verse has been delayed so much, because I think Sony recognizes that Across the Spider-Verse is really their entry point in to this whole multiversal business, okay? Now, we don't know if Venom and the rumors of Venom and the recent plot leaks for Venom are actually true. We went over this last Friday, I believe, where we just went over like all these crazy leaks. But if that is indeed true and they're doing some crazy multiversal stuff with the Venom franchise, this could again be a really interesting way to tie all of them together. And the other thing that this makes me think of is rumors from Paul from Heavy Spoilers that Sony's looking to bring Tom Hardy Venom into the MCU proper after Secret Wars, and we'll have a streamlined MCU where it's all back together and actually all working together and under FEIGE, and it's all good. This right here is a massive clue, potential hint that a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about and a lot of the stuff that we've been speculating about could actually come to fruition. And I would be one happy little nerd if that happened. Venom will make $1 billion if Andrew is in it. I totally agree. I absolutely agree with that, dude. Like, I think that would be the juice that the Venom movie needs. I think it would be really, really effective. Venom sucks. No MCU, please. Hey, don't say that. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on this, guys? We'll kind of pause for a second here and see what you guys think about all of this. What do you think? And we'll add in another little bit to this too, which is really cool. Many people were saying that this character would not actually show up in the movie, but Geek Vibes Nation is saying that they're hearing that Nicolas Cage Spider-Man Noir does make a cameo in Across the Spider-Verse, which I think would just be so cool. And again, there's a rumor of a Spider-Man Noir series happening at Amazon. Kind of wild. So what do you think? Interesting. Feige is smart. Sony is dumb, so no. I love Spider-Man 2 on PS5. We'll add another layer to the Spider-Verse as well, but probably not. Interesting. Kendall says, so would the Spidey's spider sense tingle when Kang makes a change in the timeline? I feel like yes. Which, if, like, for instance, if they are just, like, let's say the Council of Kangs is actually just changing time. Like, actually fully, like, real-ass making changes to the timeline, right? Which is like a theory that, like, after the end of Quantumania, Scott is either in a time loop or in a changed universe. And let's say, like, all these changes are happening. I think Peter would, like, almost have a damn near constant spider sense, like Peter Tingle kind of situation going on. That's what I think would happen. And that would be really crazy. In my opinion, that would be nuts. Is Sony bringing in their own Peter Parker Spidey? Well, I think they would look to use Andrew or Toby. Probably Andrew. So Peter would have He Who Remains awareness? I think so. I love walking around DG playing Josh out loud. I don't know what that means, but what's up, everybody at DG? Hope you're doing well. Maybe he investigates Kang Tower and gets a seizure. Yeah, something like that. Like, maybe when being around certain aspects in the universe that have changed, like, it goes off, you know? I mean, it's right there for them to use. Oh, Dollar General? Right on, yeah. It's right there for them to use. Like, they could use that and really do something interesting with Spider-Man and all of the Kangs. Did I see your member chat? I don't think I saw it. Let me check. How could that be? So they erased everyone knowing about the nerdy kid at that rate. Wouldn't it just be strange with the feeling, with the mixing of the multiverse? That's a good point. So that is really interesting. You know what I think? And I don't think it's that far-fetched of an idea that the spell, even at the end of that movie, was also screwed up, right? Because by all accounts, you're right. Everybody in the multiverse should forget who Peter Parker is. Did you see my member chat? Nope. Thanks for the love, though. So what if that spell didn't actually work? And it's even possible, like, if the Venom leaks are real, which I don't really think they are, but it would be so cool. And Andrew and Toby are sent back home, but the spell doesn't work correctly, and they're sent to other universes, or maybe their native universes have been destroyed by incursions or something. Like, there's a lot of cool possibilities there. There's a lot of fun that could be had with all of that. Now, the other thing that's out there, his spider sense works when Doc Strange took him out of his body and he was in a different plane. Exactly, Fernie. See, Fernie knows what's up. Fernie knows what's going down. Essential totems remember Peter. Well, maybe that's the whole thing, is like, they can't actually do that. Member chat, schmember chats. Hey, you don't say that. And also, I have the thing pulled up so I can see everybody's stuff. So that's the other side of this, is like, so what if Doc Strange does the spell, but then because of all the totem shit, it just doesn't work. Bismo, what up, brother? Hope you're doing well. What if it just doesn't work because there are certain like fixed things in time, fixed moments in time or something that's like, nope. And so all the people at the Citadel with all of the other Spider-Men, they're like, nah, like that shit's not right, you know? Kendall, welcome back. Darth, welcome back. Yeah, Bismo, I am going to see the movie, dude. Elisa and I are going tomorrow to see the Demon Slayer movie. Let's go. I'm excited. Okay, so another thing. Let me grab this over here and try to get this pulled up. Another bit of Spidey news, and we'll get into the Wolverine stuff after this. We might have a new Spider-Woman. Sydney Sweeney is reportedly going to be playing Spider-Woman in Madam Web, but it's not this version of Spider-Woman, actually. I think it'll be like more like the black and white, almost Venom-looking suit. This one right here. The Julia Carpenter version of Spider-Woman. Right here. Which, I mean, look, my real ass feelings on Madam Web is like, you're going to have to show me. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to show me something for me to get, like, excited. And keeping it as mature and respectful as possible, I think we may have just got a couple of big reasons to be excited about at least one portion of this film. Now, will she be good in the role? Who knows? Will this movie actually set up and have a through line for Spider-Man fans to understand the totems, get more excited about the multiversal stuff and all that sort of stuff? I don't know. But hang on. Let me take a sip of my coffee and think of how I want to word this next part. Boobs. I think that's what I want to say. Boobs. I think that's the best way to say it is boobs. Now, talking about more Spider-Woman stuff, okay. Interestingly enough, My Time to Shine updating us a little bit here. So she's not that Spider-Man. And she indicates here that the Olivia Wilde Spider-Woman movie could perhaps still be in development. I don't know about that. But I've also heard that this could be Daisy Ridley. What do you guys think about that? What if Daisy Ridley was the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman? What do you think about that? I think it would work, man. I think she could actually do it. Some people are like, no. Meg likes it. Yeah. So, again, I don't even know if this movie is still happening. Olivia Wilde, like, kind of on shaky ground from a brand perspective. I think that the Don't Worry, Darling movie and a lot of the Affair stuff and just the fact, too, that, like, that press tour was, like, I mean, it was like very cringe, right? So who knows if Olivia Wilde is still going to get this film, if they're still going to do it or whatever. But at sort of just a face value, like, I really wouldn't mind it doing Spider-Woman. I like Daisy Ridley. I also think Daisy is coming back to Star Wars, so I think it would make sense to, like, put her in, like, multiple franchises. I could see it. I think it could be good. But, yeah, just wanted to kind of point that out there. Throw that out there for y'all. Now, shall we talk some Wolverine? This probably won't shock most of you, but it's still pretty cool. So this actually came out a little while ago. I haven't had a chance to talk about it yet, so I was like, why not? Let's talk about it now. Hugh Jackman has teased that he'll be playing multiple versions of Wolverine in Deadpool 3 by stating that he'll have a dual role in the film. Here's the exact questions here. Are you going to resume your role as Wolverine in Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool 3? Yes, it will even be a double role. Ryan and I have been best friends for 20 years. We have a lot of fun together. We're shooting this summer. That's why I'm so excited to be in Paris right now and to be able to enjoy French gastronomy, because very soon I will have to go on a strict diet to remake Wolverine's body. Steamed chicken and broccoli and trenbolone sandwiches. A dual role, double role, or double casting is when one actor plays two or more roles in production. I actually think it could be more than two. I think it could be several different versions of Wolverine. So, I mean, dude, let's get it. You know, like maybe a little older, like Logan-esque Wolverine. There's a rumor that they might be going to perhaps before Logan and like stealing him out of that universe then, which would be very crazy, right? Maybe we get a more traditional version of Wolverine in like the yellow costume, which is a big rumor that's out there as well. I don't know, man. There's a whole bunch of different Wolverines. X-Men 97 Wolverine, that would be kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I mean, one of my hopes of that I've thought would be so awesome but so crazy would be Old Man Phoenix, which is a variant of Wolverine that's at like basically at the end of time. Pretty much everybody else is dead. There's only like a handful of Marvel characters that are still alive, and Wolverine is one of them, and he gets the Phoenix Force. Come on, bro. Give us Old Man Phoenix. Oh, Age of Apocalypse. Weapon X with one arm. That would also be really cool. I would like that a lot. Yeah. What other versions of Wolverine are out there? If he don't play himself, we riot. Huh? Yeah, Kevin, that story's pretty sick. Yeah, Old Man Phoenix. Ooh, Patch. Patch would be interesting, like a white suit with an eye patch. Just randomly at the bar. That would be kind of fun. What other versions? I would do hulked out Wolverine. That would be kind of sick. That would be kind of cool. Can they make Hugh short? That would be interesting. Danny DeVito Wolverine. Let's get it. That would be awesome. Venomized Wolverine. That would be kind of crazy. I have a feeling the dual role will be Wolverine on the one hand and Hugh Jackman himself on the other hand. The universe where Deadpool is searching for Hugh Jackman Wolverine, but he's just a regular dude. That could work as well. Baskin Robbins Wolverine. That would be kind of fun. Dude, that PS5 Wolverine's probably going to be lit, bro. Carnage Wolverine. That could be cool. So wait a minute. You guys want him to play Wolverine? I don't really want him to, or Hugh Jackman. I don't really want him to play himself, bro. Nightclaw? Is that like the amalgam one with the Batman shit? What's up, Jason? MODOK Wolverine? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, man. Doctor Doom Wolverine? I don't even know if that's a thing. Yeah. But either way, it's really cool, man. Deadpool 3, probably one of the most anticipated comic book movies of the next several years. Super fun stuff. Multiverse, TVA, Owen Wilson. It's going to be crazy, dude. Drop some coinage. Okay. I'll drop a little coinage for everybody. There's 3,000. And then here's another 3,000. Boom. Shakalaka. There you go. Okay. A couple other things that we want to talk about. Did we spend enough time on why The Mandalorian is so much better than Andor? Should we go to the polls on this? Look, I don't want to beat a dead horse here. I'm not trying to, like, make it a thing. We don't have to, like, linger on it. But I feel like we should do probably about another hour on this specifically. The Greatest Showman Wolverine. Okay, MCU shows getting canceled. I don't think they're getting canceled. So this is apparently a rumor coming from John Campea. I fought the urge to call him a wiener gazer there, but I guess I just said it anyway, so whatever. Look, growth, maturity is a long journey. Give me some more time. Jeez. So apparently this is a rumor coming from John Campea that, I mean, which is the show? What is the show that he thinks is getting, he thought Agatha was getting canceled? Well, is that the show? Because he said one of them was getting canceled, right? Agatha or something like that? Yes, it was Agatha. Agatha. Nah, bro. So I asked Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus about this yesterday. He says that he doesn't think anything's getting canceled, but things are just massively getting pushed back. So here's my understanding of this. They are pushing Agatha back. They shot a bunch of Principal, and they're pushing it back for like years, dude. It might not even come out till 2025. And I think what they'll do is they will reassemble some of the cast and reshoot that show and rework that show in 2025 with more context for other story things that they want to fit into it. So, look, in my opinion, they should just cancel some shit. Like, they should. They should probably cancel Agatha or combine Agatha with Wonder Man. Like, why can't you do Agatha and Wonder Man and, like, have both of those shows combined and like, have them kind of cross over, like, have an A story and a B story and just jump back and forth and then eventually bring them back together? I feel like that would make more sense. Echo, yeah, dude, Echo should be gone. Like, Echo should be combined into Daredevil. Like, that's what it should be. They should just combine those. And there are seemingly a lot of weird shows that they've announced that I just don't think they need. But it seems like what the thought process on from their perspective is, well, we can actually just delay these shows and juice them up over time and fit them into the narrative maybe in a couple years from now in a way that's much more interesting. I don't know about that. If they pull that off, dude, like, kudos to them. That's bananas, bro. And the other question I have, though, is like, so let's say 2 years from now, you're fixing up Agatha, right? Well, if you cut out like 5 episodes and reshoot, for all intents and purposes, the show, like, are you really saving money? Are you really using your resources in the wisest way? I don't know. Like, what do y'all think? Kind of weird, huh? Hey, just so everybody knows, especially Star Wars Meg, if she's still in here, look, much love, Meg. It's all good, We can agree and disagree. But you're wrong about Andor. 82% of the people in this chat say that The Mandalorian is better than Andor. Just want to point it out. Scientific fact. Nope. Huge waste of money. Yeah, it seems like a huge fucking waste of money. It feels like them just trying to save face. I can't believe it. Maybe they won't do any visual effects, though. Like, maybe they just shot it, they have it, and they're not going to do any digital effects until a couple of years from now. Like, maybe they're just trying to get... And who knows, man? Like, maybe visual effects in a couple of years from now are going to, like, be very cheap, and they can just do it much better and all that. I don't know. Yeah, combine Wonder Man, Vision Quest, and Agatha. I would combine all of those shows and just call it the Children's Crusade. Duh. Like, that seems like the move to me. Like, that shit's... Duh. So, that's the answer on that one, okay? One more thing I want to go over here, and then we will get into some Q&A. A shirt check. It's a Vegeta shirt, man. Bam! Oh! 3 different Vegetas on one shirt. By the way, Vegeta just beat Goku in a crazy fan poll thing. I saw it online, and people were shocked by it. I wasn't shocked. Vegeta's obviously a fan favorite. Goku's like, whatever, bro. Like, Goku's all right. Yeah. Yeah. One more crazy thing we got to talk about here. Freddie Prinze Jr. Dude, this is so wild.
Vader comes through and is like, and you see,
okay.
I don't know if people know this. Maybe I'm not allowed to say this, but I don't care anymore. He directed that scene in Rogue One where, well, basically the whole end of the movie where Vader comes through and is like, and you see basically what's going to happen in A New Hope. He directed all that. He also recast Darth Vader. They had cast another actor, and they asked Dave to watch the movie to see what he thinks. And I remember him going, well, you got some of the buttons wrong, some of the lighting wrong. And why'd you hire an Italian? And they go, what do you mean? No. And they go, how'd you know we hired an Italian? He goes, well, Darth Vader doesn't talk with his hands, but this one clearly does.
Oh, no way.
I don't know if people know this.
Yo,
Maybe I'm not allowed to say this, but I don't care anymore. He directed that scene in Rogue One where, well, basically the whole end of the movie where Vader comes through and is like, and you see basically what's going to happen in A New Hope. He directed all that. He also recast Darth Vader. They had cast another actor, and they asked Dave to watch the movie to see what he thinks. And I remember him going, well, you got some of the buttons wrong, some of the lighting wrong. And why'd you hire an Italian? And they go, what do you mean? And they go, how'd you know we hired an Italian? He goes,
racist, bro. Fucking
well, Darth Vader doesn't talk with his hands, but this one clearly does.
Oh, no way.
Crazy, dude. So, yeah, according to Freddie Prinze Jr., Dave Filoni directed the scene with Darth Vader at the end of Rogue One. And another thing that's, like, kind of interesting about this is that there was another report that popped up talking about how Dave was on set with Gareth Edwards during the shooting of this. Now, this has sort of caused a kerfuffle. A lot of people are saying, like, this is cap. This is not true. Gary Whitta was apparently there and involved in it. It also kind of is weird. Like, it's almost like Freddie's contradicting himself a little bit, even in his own thing here. Because if he directed the scenes with Darth Vader, how could he have recast Darth Vader after watching the movie? Like, it feels like a little bit whimsical there. But here's what I think is really going on. Like, the real ass truth of this is that I think Dave has been pretty involved in some major Star Wars things over the past several years. And I think he's become even more involved now. You know, ever since getting that promotion, I think it was like going on 2 years ago now, and I think he's just really, really involved. Like he is reportedly in the writer's room that was put together by Damon Lindelof for the 2025 Star Wars movie, the sequel trilogy movie that's going to come out. Dave's in that writer's room, and hopefully getting a little bit more kind of like sure of himself and like talking about stuff and really like asserting his opinion over some of this stuff. So I'm curious, like, what do you guys think? Do you think Dave directed this scene? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? Like a lot of people were kind of saying like, no, I don't think so. Like, no. Why would Freddie say this though? Like, why would Freddie lie? You know what I mean? He wants to stay relevant? I don't know about that shit. For clout? I mean, maybe. You know, the thing that this kind of reminds me of is that there's a big rumor. I don't know how many of you guys know about this, but there's a big rumor that it was Steven Spielberg that actually directed the big fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar in Revenge of the Sith. Now, due to some weird like guild shit, Spielberg can never actually direct Star Wars. I don't really fully understand it myself, but like George actually wanted Steven to come in and direct some Star Wars, and that was not allowed, I think because of the guild. But there are huge rumors, like it's never been confirmed, but you're talking about multiple people that have leaked this, that have hinted about this, that have talked about this, that basically Steven Spielberg came in and actually directed that scene. And just so you guys know too, this is not such an outlandish idea. First of all, in the context of this movie just in general, they literally bring in Tony Gilroy to come in and shoot a bunch of stuff and change, but they paid him $5 million, I believe, to come in and basically fix up Gareth Edwards' movie. He's not credited as the director, but he's essentially the final cut director, okay? On top of that, it's not uncommon for writers and directors to come in and do some work that's not going to be like actually recognized, but is vital to the production of the film. Joss Whedon is famous for this. There were so many different movies, almost countless films that Joss Whedon has been hired to come in and punch up the script for. And he's not even credited. He'll just like get the deal, come in and punch up the movie. And I believe this happens with directors as well. So some people are even saying that it was Gary Whitta that actually helped direct it. Peter Jackson was on set that day losing his shit too, right? So it's not even so uncommon, and it's just so interesting that like Freddie would come out and say this. Here's where I'm at with it. I have a hard time believing that it's 100% cap. I have a hard time believing that Freddie is speaking completely out of pocket here. I also have a hard time believing, though, that Filoni literally directed it. You know what I'm saying? So the truth is somewhere in the middle. What probably happened is Dave was either on set giving notes, or he had a long conversation with Gareth, or maybe, you know, Whitta or somebody else that actually stepped in to direct it. Maybe he had a conversation with him about how to direct that scene. I think that the truth is that Dave Filoni likely had at least something to do with one of the coolest scenes in all of Star Wars. And it's essentially like crazy to me that they haven't given him even more responsibility, even more power sooner. But I think we are actually living in a world where Dave is becoming that guy. I personally think that Ahsoka might be something so damn magical, so damn good, so damn cool that the fandom sort of galvanizes around it. And they're like, dude, just give Dave everything. And that's just how I feel. But regardless, I mean, it's a crazy story. This made major waves yesterday, which to some of yours point, like maybe that's what Freddie wanted. Like maybe Freddie's just farming for clicks and doing all of that. But like, I just don't see him as that kind of guy. I guess I don't really follow him like that. But regardless, if you hate on Ahsoka, I'm going to replay this episode for you. Dude, the only way I would hate on Ahsoka is if it was trash. And I just don't see that happening. Like that Ahsoka episode in The Mandalorian Season 2 is fire. Recently I rewatched it. It's magic, bro. It's magic. Unbelievable. Incredible. Fred is an attention seeker. So wait a minute, Carl. Hang on a second here, Carl. Hold up, Carl. Are you telling me that an individual that chose the career as an actor chose to pursue a career of lights, camera, action in the city of Los Angeles craves attention? In other news, water is wet and Ezra Miller is a menace to society. There you go. Is there anything else going on, man? Anything else going on in there in the nerdy world? Anything else we should touch on before we get into the Q&A? Oh my god. Oh jeez. What else? What else is out there? UFC 285? Oh dude, it's gone. It's Cyril. He's got this, bro. I am not convinced, and until I see John Jones actually like move in that octagon, I'm sorry, dude. I feel like Jones looks old as shit. I was talking to Dirty about this a little bit yesterday in the DMs, and I was like, and this is a point that I saw Chael Sonnen make. John Jones went from, I think, the youngest champion ever in the UFC to now the oldest person in the history of the company to challenge for a title. Think about that. He's now the oldest person in the history of the company to challenge for a title. And I'm sorry, he looks like shit. He looks like shit. He doesn't look like he's in shape. And I think, like, Cyril, here's the thing. I don't even think he can, like, everybody's talking about the wrestling. Would you bet serious money on it, though? Well, what's the line? I don't even know what the line is. I might put some money on Gone. Goats are gonna goat, baby. Did Glova Teixeira, was he older than him? He's a heavyweight. None of them besides Francis looks like he's in shape. What are you talking about? The dude he's fighting looks like he's in shape. Dude, Cyril Gane is a new breed of heavyweight that's jacked to the gills, but is also incredibly technical and very fast. His striking is crazy. I think his striking is way better than John's. Like, John has an incredible fight IQ. He's very intelligent when he's in the ring, okay? But he's also been outside of the ring for 3 years. Okay? I don't see it, dude. I don't even think he can actually take Cyril down. Yeah. And I know what some of you guys are going to say. Oh, dude, like, that's crazy. Francis took him down. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, shit. Now everybody's getting triggered. This is probably triggering people more than my Andor takes. You ready for this? He can't even take him down. Do you know why Francis was able to take him down? 2 reasons. Number 1, it's absolutely absurd that he would shoot. Literally, I think all of us thought the same thing when Francis shot on Cyril. What? Did he trip? What just happened? Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, Francis is at least twice as strong as Jon Jones. At least, dude. Did you see when Daniel Cormier recently interviewed Cyril and tried to take him down? Daniel Cormier literally said, I can't take him down. I don't even think Jones can take him down. Yup. And I think that Cyril is, I mean, look, it's going to be a very interesting fight regardless, but I think Cyril is actually going to pick him apart. Francis had a blown out knee. That's absolutely true. But as somebody that's had a blown out knee, if you're physically strong and you've got muscle mass around it, it's stability that is affected, not your strength. I'm telling you, watch what happens tomorrow. Watch what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow night. You're not giving John the respect he deserves. John is extremely technical. Josh, no way you think this. No way. It is. Yes way. I said what I said. And you know what else? You know what else? I'll take it one step further. After Jon Jones gets embarrassed tomorrow, he's going to retire. After Jon Jones gets embarrassed tomorrow, he's going to retire. He's going to be like, it was so great to come back. I'm so glad to see y'all. And now I'm hanging up my gloves. I'm hanging up my gloves. I'm too old. Josh from the Den of Nerds was right. I'm washed up. I'm nothing without my picograms. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, I think that's all like the news. Let's get into the Q&A. I'll pull up all the chats, the member chats, and we'll go over that. And then we shall we'll do a couple call-ins. And then we'll call it a gadang day. Yo, how salty are you guys about those comments? Adam's like, worst thing I've ever heard. How salty are you guys? On a scale from 1 to 10. How salty are you? First time being triggered? Nice. Okay, so first in today was Lord Vito, and he says, riddle me this. Take one off and scratch my head. What once was red is black instead. What am I? A match. And not only is that, I could probably name what Batman movie that comes from. Or is that an episode? Wait, is that in the Batman movie? Ugh, now I hate it. Appreciate you though, V. Old Head Mike with a $10 holla, very generous, says, Josh, Mando was middies. What? You're just used to less than middies, so you don't see it. MacGuffins, multiple locations, several new characters for only half scenes. Mando clan weak AF, so Din Jesus saves them. 5 out of 10. Got me hot. Got me hot there, Mike. Okay, so let's break this down. MacGuffins. Also, now MacGuffins aren't fun. Now we don't like MacGuffins. We don't like the mystery box in these fundamental factors to storytelling that have been around for thousands of years. Mike's too good for MacGuffins. Okay. Multiple locations. Oh, shit. I'm sorry that we didn't spend 3 episodes in some stupid-ass fucking prison doing fucking technical work on droids for 3 goddamn episodes, sitting down, standing up drills. Oh, dude, what? I'm sorry. Multiple locations? Yeah, big fucking problem, I see. Several new characters for only half scenes. Yeah, better than spending all season with the simp lord, literally Cyril eating cereal, to go simp for the biddy in the last episode. Get the fuck out of here. Mando clan weak AF, so Din Jesus saves them. 5 out of 10. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, you're right. You know what they should have done, and what many of you guys would have absolutely liked, you know, because it's so fucking adult, right? It's so fucking adult if they just end the scene with 0 action and they all just get together and keep talking. It's the Mandalorian, not the Woman-Mandalorian. Get the fuck out of here. Thanks, old head Mike. Appreciate you. Bangtan Nick, welcome back. Am I allowed to say that it's Pretty Nicky? Am I allowed to say that it's you? Either way, appreciate you. David says, with a $5 holla, says, Last of Us creator says finale will massively divide fans. What is it with creatives nowadays having no desire to deliver what fans want? Much love. Well, I don't really have a good answer for you on this. I think that there's... I'll give you my take. I can give you all I can do is give you my take, my opinion on the matter, which, let's be honest, is fucking gospel. So here we go. It's the same problem when you bring in, like, okay, let's start here. Have you all watched Office Space? Anybody in chat, you ever watch Office Space? Very good movie. So, in the movie, they bring in the Bobs, some consultants, okay? Anytime you bring a consultant into a company, the consultant feels as though they're not doing their job unless they analyze the business and come up with things to do differently. I've had this thing happen before with comic books and editing. Sometimes an editor feels like they're not actually doing their job unless they have changed something or identified a problem with the book. Okay? And so in the same way, I think sometimes that creatives, directors, writers, producers, they almost like, it's that same kind of attitude where they almost don't feel as though they're doing their job unless they change something about it, alter something, do something to shock the fans, etc., etc. Right? So a great example of like the opposite of this is, and this will trigger, Zack Snyder. In a lot of Zack's movies, like 300 and Watchmen come to mind, he adapts 1-to-1 what's in the book. He changed the ending of Watchmen, and I actually like his ending, but there's a lot of that movie that is literally like Frank Miller's, or no, Frank Miller did 300. This would be, what was it, Quietly, I think? Who did Watchmen, the art? It was Alan Moore. Why am I blanking on the dude? Either way, my point is, he just like does 1-to-1, and he's just like, my job is to just take this into the version of cinema and not really like fix it around, change it, make it mine. A lot of these creators are like, yo, I gotta make it mine, or I've gotta like put a twist on it or do something like that. Gibbons, right? So I think that that's kind of where that attitude comes from sometimes. Lee and Paul, again, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Appreciate you. Brendan B, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Brandon, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Oh, no. Oh no. Jared N says, Den of Goats is Fantastic Four and Deadpool in Phase 5. That would certainly bring some much-needed juice. Avengers vs. X-Men after Secret Wars. I think Avengers vs. X-Men would be really cool to do, and perhaps they'll do it after Secret Wars. I'm not really sure about Fantastic Four or Deadpool. They might even be considered Phase 6. Not really sure. Not really sure how they're going to figure all that out, but yeah. Yeezy for Sheezy, a member for 24 months, says, it's been 2 years, Josh. Beyond movie would be insane. I want to rewatch it, but planning to watch Batman the Animated Series, Justice League Unlimited, all before I watch Beyond again. Yeah, Batman Beyond, which is what you're speaking to, I believe. So cool, man. It would be awesome. Truly awesome to get an animated movie with that. And I agree, all of those are great series. DC used to kind of be on top of their game. Calvin says, there was time travel that led to alternate versions literally popping up in the main timeline. Phil Lamar just posted a clip of the episode on the gram. Yeah, it's pretty nuts, dude. We went over this a little bit earlier when you first said that, but yeah, that would be cool. And maybe there's some actual things happening behind the scenes. John Shaw says, Ant-Man director saying he doesn't care what the fans thinks explains why the MCU has fallen harder than the 2008 housing market. Yeah, I don't love the comments made by Loveness. I'm never a fan of like vocalizing in any way, shape, or form. I don't agree with the fans or I don't care about the fans. Now, having said that, I think it's that exact comment that he made. If you look into what he's actually saying there, it's not as much of what you're claiming it is, because what he said was, this is something I'm just not going to agree with the fans on. MODOK is not a serious character. To me, that's a little bit of like straw manning or gaslighting, because I think he either really believes this or he wants to present this, that the fans want MODOK to be serious. That's not what I think fans want. I think it's just the fact that MODOK as a really goofy-ass silly character was used in really weird ways in the film, and the movie, like, its tone was dragged down by MODOK, in my opinion. I absolutely agree that MODOK is just this goofy, weird, crazy-looking head character. But I don't think you should have the first interaction with Ant-Man and Kang also have this like quibbling body horror fucking MODOK in that scene. Like, I just don't think that's needed. I also don't think it's needed that MODOK at the end of the film breaks through the Kang thing and helps them out, becomes an Avenger and dies. That whole scene is just not needed, right? So, like, look, I know a lot of people are going really hard on Jeff Loveness right now. I am not going super hard on Jeff. I actually think he's a really decent writer, and I'm hopeful that he'll win a lot of the fans back. But yeah, like, comments like that, like, here's the thing. Like, my take on it is, like, it's not as bad as maybe it seems on the surface, but from a PR perspective, why leave that open for interpretation from the fans? Why put yourself in a position where it's going to be taken and ran with, and people are going to talk about the fact that you don't care what the fans think? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Dawn says, how could that be? So they erased everyone knowing about the nerdy kid? At this rate, wouldn't it just be strange with the mixing of the multiverses? So yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's possible that maybe the spell just doesn't work at the end of the film. Maybe there are fixed things within the multiverse, whether they're moments in times or just facets of reality that cannot be changed, and maybe Doc Strange is like trying to do something that literally cannot be done. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Did you see my member chat? Nope. Member chat, schmember chat? Nope. Kendall, again, welcome back. Darth, welcome back. Lemon Knight with a $10 holla says, how do Kang's weapons, like the 10 rings, exist before the events of Loki creating the multiverse by killing He Who Remains, thus creating new Kang variants? So that's a really interesting question. I appreciate the 10. I think we're going to get this explained very soon. There are some hints out there that perhaps the sacred timeline was not all that there was. but was instead a timeline that was isolated from the rest of the multiverse. Okay? If you think about it, at the end of Loki, we see multiple black holes or like Big Bang type things, and we go into one specific black hole, and we arrive at the end of time with the sacred timeline being a total circle around the Citadel. Kang also says the trouble with seeing time the way I do is it's hard not to skip to the end. And he has that circle in the Citadel. So I think it's possible that He Who Remains didn't actually destroy all of the other universes, all the other Kang variants. I think it's also possible that he might not have even ended the multiversal war, but instead used the power of Alioth to isolate the sacred timeline and to have the sacred timeline be disconnected from all the other Kang variants. We're not 100% sure, but that kind of seems like maybe the direction they're going to go in. We'll have to see. Attila says, it's been a year already, huh? I'm looking forward to many more to come. Keep up the great work, man. Nerd Avengers for life. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. A year of support. No joke. King Bam, 16 months of support. Thanks so much, man. Says, what if Phase 4 hasn't had Feige's hands on it because he's been doing all of the Sony stuff, trying to get them right? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, I think most of us are hoping, and it could just be copium, but most of us are hoping that Feige has been figuring some very important stuff out, like maybe Secret Wars, Kang Dynasty, Sony stuff, and perhaps has, relegated some of the lesser important stuff to some of his lieutenants. I don't know. I can't really tell if that's copium or if it's the actual story. We're gonna have to wait to find out more. But I appreciate the support, and I understand where your head's at. Greek Drama says, Josh, the Mandalorian Season 3 premiere was sick. I finally have some hopes again for Star Wars with this and things like Tales. So hype for the Purgles. Nerd Avengers for life. Let them know, Greek Drummer. Let them know. Let them know. Time is a flat circle? You don't say that. You don't say that. Mr. J. Westman says, Les Miserables Wolverine. Yeah, because he's on Broadway and shit. That'd be kind of funny. Caleb Senpai says, weekly reminder to watch One Piece. Love you, Josh. Dude, One Piece is a big time investment, bro. One Piece is a really big time investment. I don't know if I can do all that. Angel Stark says, how certain are we that RDJ will return to be the lead in Secret Wars? Over under 99.9%. LOL, I won't be able to take the heartbreak if he doesn't. Yeah, I'm very confident. Very confident. I'd say over. I say I'm 100% on it. I would actually be crushed as well if he wasn't in there. Patrick Collins says, what's the leak for Mando? You can find it online. It's in the subreddit for the Star Wars leaks. I'm not going to talk about it here. I might do a video on it. I mean, it's a couple days away, basically. We're gonna watch it next week, and then we'll all talk about it. So, somebody just rolled 100. Or no, they're talking about 100%. Okay, cool. Vandolph the Black says, we need to stop pretending that Dave isn't the heir apparent. John relies heavily on Dave for lore and looks. Other directors are doing the same. Yes! Let him know, Vandolph. Let him know. Dave is the chosen one, and if you don't know it, you don't get it. You freaking poopy buttholes. Old Head Mike says, I think Din unites them, but because of Grogu, does not lead them. Leaves to go live with Grogu and Carl Weathers. So, I mean, that sounds kind of nice, and I'm sure that'll be fine. I don't know, bro. I just don't know about that. Taylor White says, if Dave had all the power, then I would have hoped he would have stepped in with Kenobi. But I have heard there's a specific Vader team for shooting. Yeah, I've heard that too. And, I don't know, man. Maybe he was just literally working on all this other Mando stuff. He's arguably way busier now than he was during the time of Rogue One. Because now he's like overseeing all this stuff. It's also like, if you think about Kenobi was like a movie they were going to make, and then they, reworked it into a show. Then they were going to shoot. They delayed it to rework the scripts. And so it's just like so much going on. Like, I don't know how much of that Dave could have really been involved with. It comes from a long time ago. And it seems to have had a team that was completely separate from like Dave and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no. Let's see here. Lee says, so what happens in Mando episode 2 that may foreshadow the rest of season? I can't talk about that, Lee. I might put that in a video, but I can't talk about that here because some people don't want it spoiled, okay? I appreciate the 10, though. Rexadex says, favorite character from all franchises and variations. I can't! I don't know. That's a hard one. Favorite character from all franchises and oh no, I just read that. Last time you spoke to Al, I don't know who you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about Al Schuler. Probably over a year. Panthers Rule 95 says, just came into the stream. Have you talked about the Century Stephen Yun news? We actually talked about that on Wednesday night. We can talk about it a little bit right now, though. I'm wondering, how are y'all feeling about Stephen Yen? Is it Yen? I don't know. How do you feel about Glenn from The Walking Dead being the Century? What do you think? Thoughts? Somebody says they love it. Somebody says they're not feeling it. Carl says, meh. Awful casting. I'm down with it. How about no? Has it been confirmed? Pretty much. It's all but confirmed at this point. He seems twitchy enough to do it. That's true. Too small? He is 5'9", huh? Well, I don't think the Sentry has to be like this crazy imposing figure. We'll see. They must see something we don't. Yeah. It probably has more to do with like their specific plans for Sentry. I kind of feel good about it. To be honest. Yeah. But he definitely needs to hit the gym. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I think he needs to get into the gym, but it's also like maybe it's what they're doing with the Void that'll make it really interesting. I'm not really sure. Tremboloni sandwiches. Yeah, start downing them. He doesn't even have to be that big, though. Sentry just is that powerful. Like, he doesn't have to be jacked to the gills. You know what I mean? But I'm down with it. I can kind of see it. Rainbow says, well, Josh, UFC takes are something. I hope all is going well in your fitness journey. You look great. But hey, a word of advice. OnlyFans is there for you. Hey, you don't say that. But also, thanks, man. Christian says, Mando is like a Happy Meal. Is that supposed to be a diss or something? Are you kidding me? Okay. Real ass talk. I wanna. What's up, Nicholas? Yo, Nicholas, while you're in here, I'm sorry I couldn't come to New York City to go watch Demon Slayer with you, but as chance happens, I actually am going to be able to go see it on Saturday. So me and the wife are going to go check it out on Saturday, and I'm excited. I hope you have a good time, brother. Okay, now, real ass talk, and I want your honest answer here, guys. If somebody came into your room or into your house today with a Happy Meal, full, just a Happy Meal, a fucking little toy in there, the whole thing, are you honestly telling me that that wouldn't brighten your day? That you wouldn't be excited to receive a Happy Meal? Yes or no? Put it into the chat. A stranger bring the Happy Meal? No, somebody you trust. Somebody you trust. No, I'm vegan. Kendall, great answer. I feel more excited for that than Andor. Jeez, man. You know, maybe this is what's wrong with society. You know, maybe we've pinpointed the exact problem with the world these days. I'm seeing the actual culture war and the actual political divide, the actual reason that the world is so angry right now. Y'all can't even enjoy a fucking Happy Meal? Wow. I can't believe it. Now, wait a minute. So, is this why people can't enjoy The Mandalorian? Because they think they're too good for it? Is that, dude, I'm spiraling right now. I have anxiety. I don't feel good. I don't understand. Like, what? Y'all can't even enjoy a Happy Meal? Hey, Mr. Vegan guy, a couple of those sweet, salty fries aren't going to kill you. You know? Sheesh. What's my go-to order at McDonald's? Dude, quarter pounder with cheese. Quarter pounder with cheese, easy. Quarter pounder with cheese meal, a big-ass unsweetened iced tea, a big old thing of fries. Let's go. And some of y'all are like, McDonald's are poison. Fast food is poison. You know who eats McDonald's even while they're training? Floyd Mayweather. Here's a reality check. Reality check for you right here. If you're actually working out hard enough and eating the right macro and micronutrients, your body will make use of the stuff that's in a Happy Meal. That's no cap. No cap. Yeah, 50-0 Floyd Mayweather eating fucking chicken nuggets, probably when he's in his corner. Holy shit. My God. Okay, anyway, let's keep going here. That was I'm not gonna lie, that kind of put me in a little bit of a bad mood there, Christian, but I appreciate the love either way. Jennifer Higgins with a $10 holla says, Mando greater than Andor. However, wait, what's this however? You had it. Jennifer, you had it. You had it. However, I really did enjoy the additional Empire presence portrayed in Andor and am looking forward to see what more comes from the second seasons. So glad to have caught your stream. Well, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Sozin's comment says, with the 10-month member chat, do you think Moff Gideon won the Darksaber in a fight with Bo during the collapse of Mandalore, or did he find it afterward somewhere? Would really love to see that as a flashback. Yeah, I can't really wrap my head around how he would have beaten Bo-Katan. You know? Like, I don't really I mean, I don't know. It seems like with all the shit he was talking at the end of season 2, that he might have actually beaten her. Bro, I just read the leaks. What don't you like? I can't answer that. JJ Limo. I can't answer it, dude. We'll talk about it after we watch it. Okay. Elijah says, why do Fridays always give me such good vibes? I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I'm pretty excited. I'm excited that we're at that Friday mark, man. I'm looking forward to, like, just getting done with all of my shit today and then just chilling. I might even get some goddamn McDonald's. And I'm going to chill. I'm going to paint some Warhammer figures today. I got this unopened thing of Custodes Wardens here. Whoo! Can't wait. I'm going to put those together and paint those babies up tonight. Yeah. Thanks, Elijah. Appreciate you. I will get back to you, Elijah, about the idea for the watch party stuff, too. I saw your message. I'm just a little bit behind. Hey, you forgot to read my member chat. No, I did read it, and I was disgusted by it. Diamond Joe says, loving the stream today. Keep on being awesome, Josh. Happy Friday. Hope you and the fam have a great weekend. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Orange Grove 55 with a 5 spot says, I am so tired of the culture war. Your channel is a breath of fresh air. I really appreciate that, man. I am also pretty tired of it as well. I try to let a lot of it go because I know most people like it's fine. Like, people just either love getting triggered and they want to be triggered all the time, or they just genuinely are so, like, I can't really blame someone if they really, really think that some random ass weirdo doing some weird shit is gonna fucking destroy their life, you know? So I try to be compassionate, even though I think it's ridiculous. But I also do understand where you're coming from. I feel much the same. King Tannic says, the editing killed Quantum Mania rather than Loveness. I tend to agree. I tend to agree with that, actually, and thanks for the support. Sozan's comment says, is the reason why America Chavez in Multiverse of Madness doesn't know who Spider-Man is because Doc Strange's spell actually worked in No Way Home. No, if she had any experience with Spider-Man, she would still know who Spider-Man is. She wouldn't know who Peter Parker is. And, you know, even in that same example, how would Doc Strange know Spider-Man if that's the way the spell work? You know what I mean? Kevin, with a $20 holla, very generous, says, I am a little worried about the future of Star Wars. No offense to Andor fans, but I don't like it much. I mean, that's all I ever say. You know, I don't know why everybody gets on my back. That's all I ever say is, no offense to Andor fans, but I don't like it much. But I feel like most fans out there love it. Gets me worried because they may make all future Star Wars to be like Andor. You know what's so funny? There was a report that came out from Fandom Wire. It was literally the day before Andor came out. Y'all remember this? Put a 1 into the chat if you remember this. There was a report that came out from Fandom Wire that said Tony Gilroy had this massive deal at Lucasfilm, and that pretty much everything moving forward with Star Wars was going to be like Andor. And this was before we watched the first 3 episodes of Andor, and I remember being like, well, that's really cool if Andor slaps, but if it doesn't, that's a little bit concerning. Interestingly, Disney reached out and had them take that article down. Yeah, it's a little weird, huh? And obviously, I mean, you guys know what I feel about it. No offense to Andor fans, but I don't like it much. So I would prefer that not be the way that Star Wars goes. Marvelous Menace says, your mom is from Alderaan. Alderaan de Block. Well done. Well done, sir. RJ Phillip with a 10 spot says, happy Friday, Josh. Star Wars watch parties with my son and his buddies was awesome the other night. If Feige's lieutenants were in control of Phase 4, their asses need to be court-martialed. It's pronounced Yoon. Stephen Yoon. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, brother. Glad you guys had a good time, man. Glad you guys had a good time on that watch party, for sure. And I agree with your point about the lieutenants. We'll see how it all goes from here. And then Kendall says, Mando equal double quarter pounder. Andor equals $60 crap filet mignon. Dude, I feel you on that, man. Andor literally does feel like overpaying, bruh. It does. It feels like overpaying for like a steak that's not cooked well. And I don't mean like well, I mean like they didn't do it right. Like I said, guys, no offense to Andor fans, but I don't like it much. I'm gonna write that shit down, and I'm gonna try to just go back to that always when I talk about it. Yeah. Boba is a fish fillet. Yeah, maybe a half-eaten fish fillet for sure. Heading to have my beehole checked. don't tell your wife about that, I guess. No, but that's good. That's good, actually. Once you get to a certain age, I think everybody needs to do that. Yeah, don't turn 45. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, should we do a couple call-ins? There's a brand new Popeyes that opened up by me that's on my way home from work. Cheers to the weight gain. Hell yeah. Will Boba return this season? I think he will. I think he will. There was that, what was it, the Hong Kong Star Wars account that basically spoiled that he'll be back, and then they deleted it. So some people are saying that the first episode of Mandalorian wasn't well received. Like somebody just linked me to a post by what's this website called? WDW Pro 1. I mean, I would just, my honest take, it looks like a hater site for sure. So I don't know if I could take any of that seriously. All I've seen is really positive stuff on The Mandalorian Season 1. I've seen some people say it's a bit underwhelming and it wasn't like crazy. But I cannot say that it was not well received. Seems like some haters. Seems like some haters to me. Haters. I'd say it's pretty neutral. I don't know. I saw a lot of hype on it. Your thoughts on Ezra, my fave? I mean, I feel like that's bait a little bit, Lashandra. But look, I think Ezra's like an absolute menace. You know, maybe if there was some like actual rehabilitation going on, and like if Ezra was genuinely trying to like change, then I'd be open to that. I think everybody deserves redemption. But as far as I'm concerned, Ezra's a spoiled, entitled psychopath that seems to be protected in Hollywood for some really weird reasons. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a photograph of Ezra while apparently going to rehab, and he just got this massive joint hanging out of their mouth. So, Ezra Bridger. I knew that. I knew that, Lashandra. Me too. Ezra Bridger, my favorite too. Love Ezra Bridger. Like I said, we're good. We're good over here. Right on. Yeah, Ezra. No, for real though, Ezra's awesome. Awesome character. Apparently that the dude playing Ezra is also getting jacked. He was doing, there's a God, that hand motion is going to get me in trouble. There was a shot of this dude doing like rows and kind of getting jacked, dude. Did y'all see this? Yeah, man. He's getting jacked. And he's ready to go. So I'm seriously excited. I hope Ezra, whatever they do with Ezra, I hope, my kind of wish for Ezra is that they take him into a little bit more of the dark side, and perhaps his time in the New Beyond, it has made it so he's got even maybe some new abilities and partial affinity for like the dark side or something like that. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see if I can find it. Anybody else seen that? Where he's like, oh, here it is. Oh, shit, here it is. Literally bigger than Pattinson Batman already. This is your Ezra Bridger right here. Look at that dude. Getting after it, man. I don't really understand working out in the pants. That's all right, though. Another attention seeker. Hey, you don't say that, Coral. This is your Ezra Bridger. Looking good, man. Yeah, dude, getting after it. Let's go. Let's go. What do you got against pants? Nothing. I just don't think they give you the proper range of motion when you're in the gym. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, like, his leg's looking a little skinny here. You know what I mean? Don't skip leg day. I don't think Jedis skip leg day. If they do, they're Darth Maul. You know what I mean? Darth Maul probably skipped leg day. Because he doesn't have any legs. All right, well, I think we're probably going to get out of here. I don't know if we'll do any call-ins, guys. I'm kind of getting hungry. I feel like we've had a pretty good stream, went over a bunch of stuff. Is there any last-minute stuff that you want to go over? Anything else you want to touch on before we get out of here? I'll be live in an hour for the Prime stream. Mando leaks. I already told you. We're not doing them. I'm not talking about the leaks. We'll talk about the... maybe I'll put it in a video, and if not, we'll just talk about it after it comes out. Want a good laugh? Yes. Oh, shit, dude. Batman 2, Pattinson's going to be going around beating up YouTubers. Yeah, he probably hates him now. Go back to Sydney Sweeney. She's a looker. Yeah, I watched The Bad Batch. I thought it was cool, man. What about Mount Tantus, dude? Tantus is kind of stacked. The Emperor just has the Zillow Beast? That's pretty wild. He just has it, like frozen, ready to go. That's crazy. Tantus has Grogu. I'm calling it. It very well could be. Would you rather want Tom's Spider-Man to be live action in the Spider-Verse or animated? I would want him to be animated. I'd prefer, like, the logic of that movie being live action versions of the characters that just happen to be from different universes. I don't really like the idea of, like, oh shit, it's all an animated universe, and it's like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and then there's like real people over here. I don't really like that. Fantastic Four updates? Nothing really, bro. Nothing really out there. Did you see in the opening of the Mando episode, the kid doesn't get to say he'll never take his helmet off? What do you think of this? I actually don't. I didn't catch that. Josh, do you think we'll see Ahsoka this season? I don't know if we'll see Ahsoka. I'm not really sure. I mean, we'll obviously see her in her own show. But... Yo, by the way, did y'all watch the YouTube shorts that we put out there? We only did 2. I'm going to actually clip out some shorts from this stream, and I'll probably drop them over the course of the weekend. But we finally did some YouTube shorts this week, and we've got plans to do even more. And it's kind of interesting because they blocked the watch party, right? So it was such a fun stream, man. I had so much fun on the watch party. Oh, dude, I had so much fun on the watch party, and it got blocked. So we're going to do it a little bit better this week. I'm going to try. We're not going to use the music. I'll hide the screen a little bit better, and hopefully it doesn't get blocked. But I thought those shorts were so funny. And I think we're going to get even better at, like, putting them together. But I really love how we were able to capture some really funny moments from the stream and put those out as shorts. It's kind of interesting. So if you're ever just looking for an extra little laugh, we'll try to do a lot more shorts and clips and stuff like that moving forward. So, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Arthur. Much love to you. Clip out your Ezra rant. Yeah, I know, right? The Ezra rant's a good one from today. When I blew up about Andor with that one super chat, I thought that was a really funny little rant, so... I did a short on who Cap might have smashed. Ooh, I like that. Yo, we were looking at some stuff yesterday, man, and I saw you have a couple shorts that have blown up. Like, one did like 160K. Kendall, that's awesome, dude. Like your the one with Scarlet Witch on the cover or whatever. It's good stuff. So we're gonna continue to experiment with that kind of stuff. It should be really, really fun. One did 500K? Yo, that's nuts. Which one did that? We'll talk about it on the Prime stream anyway. But yeah, it's good stuff, man. Happy for you. Pretty crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Again, we're going to do 2 $200 GameStop gift cards, giving them both away on Monday. Monday should be a really awesome stream. We should have a good nerd theory, and then of course we'll do a watch party Tuesday night for the second episode of The Mandalorian. I'm very excited for that, and there'll be a lot to talk about after that episode. Should be really, really fun. I appreciate you. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Leave. Oh, man. Oh, man. Another good week in the books. Another good Friday stream completed. Man. Oh, man. The fire. The controversy. The laughs. Always a good time. Really appreciate y'all for sure. It's good stuff. Is there a post-credit scene in here or what? I don't know what you're talking about, man. I mean, I don't dislike it too, but come on. I mean, why do I talk about Andor? Because people keep bringing it up. I mean, what was that thing that I was going to say about Andor all the time? What was it called? No offense to Andor fans, but I just don't like it much. That's why. That's why. You bring it up though? No, I've literally never brought Andor up. I've literally never brought it up. I'm forced every day. There's like people in the tower and they're literally like, talk about Andor, talk about Andor. I don't want to. I'd prefer just love and peace. You know? Yeah. Yeah. And maybe I do just like Happy Meals. Sorry. Sheesh. Anyway, guys. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. See some of you soon. See the rest of you later. Take care. Open up that third eye. Wash out that brown eye. Eat your vegetables. Eat some fruit. Go outside and get some sun. Walk around. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water.